Hey, what is going on, everybody? Desir here with my third round opponent named The Dead. I hope I'm pronouncing that right for your name. And I'm just now getting this done because I wasn't feeling well, so I fell a little bit behind on my videos, but I'm feeling a little bit better. So I'm going to get this one done. Then I do have that weekly breakdown. That one will actually come out tomorrow. I got my days mixed up, so I do apologize for that. But I do have 5 really good matches to go over for that video as well. So to start, let's go ahead and look at the Dead. So they are 57 million TCP. I believe at around this time I was maybe about 67 million. So this is going to be about a 10 million punch down. Usually when it's within that 10 million TCP range, it really isn't a factor because you're only looking at the top 12 teams. So let's go ahead and look at the defenses and see what I'm going against. So in Stage 1, they do have the full X-Treme X-Men team. Stage 2, they have the Darkhold, and they threw in Vahl in there. I found that pretty interesting. They have a Superior 6 with Vulture in Stage 3. In Stage 4, they have Out of Time with Thor, Infinity War, and Captain Sam. Stage 5, they have the 3-person PEGASUS with Shuri and Dr. Doom. And Stage 6 is Gamma with Dorn. So to start, I'm going to use my Superior 6 with Vulture into their X-Treme X-Men. I did move Superior 6 to offense because I feel that they are going to be more important on offense than me having them on defense after the week I had. I'm probably going to do that for the rest of the season. To start this off, I'm going to target Nightcrawler. I'm going to use Vulture's special into there. That's going to put slow on Gambit, Nightcrawler, and Sunspot. I felt Sunspot was more important to put slow on over Cyclops. Green Goblin Classic's turn, I'm going to use his ultimate, get a nice turn meter rewind out there. And for Kraven, I'm going to target Forge with the ability block. I want to make sure that if I kill somebody, he isn't going to bring them right back to life. So that's pretty important. For Spider Slayer, I'm just going to use the special right here, and I was hoping that I'd kill somebody or at least knock a few more people in red, that way I can start taking them out a lot quicker. I wasn't sure how I wanted to use Shocker's turn, if I wanted to use a special but I already had offense up. I should have used the basic on Forge and took him out. I was just too worried that Nightcrawler was going to use an ultimate or something and just annihilate my team. Even though they already had all those evades on them, I still used Vulture's ultimate so I can at least strip those evades away. Now that Green Goblin's turn is back around, I'm going to use the special on Gambit. I want to make sure to kill him before he gets his ultimate off on me. Luckily right there, Nightcrawler was above 50% health. If he was under, I probably would have gotten wiped out right there. I'm unfortunately taking too much damage at this point, so I know I'm going to wipe. I feel comfortable just keeping this and coming in with the cleanup, especially that Nightcrawler just used his ultimate and he just used his special, so this should be a fairly easy cleanup now. For the follow-up attack, I'm just going to bring the Hive Mind in, and this should be a very fast cleanup for this team. So one thing I did not account for is that Sunspot has all those charges on him, which means that they start with extra ability energy on spawn, so Nightcrawler did start with his ultimate. I am able to take that though, so I'm just going to use the ultimate from Void Knight to flip and ability block Nightcrawler, so he doesn't use the special on me. I am going to focus down Forge. He is the weaker member, and the fact that he's able to revive people, I need to start knocking people into red. That's what we need to do with the Hive Mind, so I'm going to focus him down first. So Forge does bleed out right there, so I am lucky about that. So I'm going to turn my attention to Sunspot. He's already in yellow, so it's going to be pretty easy to knock him into red, so I can start getting that turn meter going for the Hive Mind. Because I have all those debuffs on me, I'm going to use Red Goblin's ultimate right here. That's going to clear those debuffs and throw it at the enemy. And now Sunspot is dead, so I can just focus down Nightcrawler and get a fast cleanup. For stage 2, it's the Darkhold with the Vahl. I'm going to try to treat this the same way as if Vahl was actually Quicksilver, because normally you don't want Quicksilver to go off, and I don't want Vahl to go off and potentially bring people back to life, because then things can go horribly wrong. So as normal, I'm going to target Agatha with 2099's ultimate to get the death proofs on my team. I'm going to use the Weaver ultimate on Wong to do the trauma and stun. I didn't land the trauma, but I did get the stun on him, so that's good enough for me. For Kestrel, I'm going to target Vahl and use the special on there. And you can see I did pretty good damage on Vahl already. That took off about a third of their life. For Falcon, I'm just going to use the special. That's going to get me that turn meter, so that way I can start lapping them. I am going to target Wong with Iron Man Infinity War's special. That's going to get the ability block on him, and the rebound chain did get Vahl killed from the ping. So now most of the threat is gone. I just need to control them and finish them off. For Spider Weaver, I'm going to use the special on Agatha. That's actually going to rebound back and forth between Agatha and Morgan. I'm going to use the ultimate from Kestrel on Agatha. She is still alive, however, after using Iron Man Infinity War's ultimate, I hit a defense down so I get a ping to finish Agatha off. I want to make sure Heartless does not use his ultimate on me, so I'm going to use the basic on him. That kills him, so now all I have to worry about is Wong and Morgan, which this should be a pretty easy wrap. For this counter, I did bring Spider-Woman and Spider-Man big time, which was a mistake because that gave Lizard turn meter. I was initially going to bring the Eternals, but I wasn't sure if Icarus would accidentally go for the ride over Super Skrulls, so I kind of switched it last minute without fully thinking about it. In the future, I'm probably going to use Red Hulk and Brawn in those two places for the heroes, but this counter definitely is pretty interesting and I like it. The idea of this counter is that the pings from Green Goblin Classic are going to push Dr. Doom. I got my placement mixed up as well, so I do apologize for that. In the future, I'll have the correct placement on here. But Super Skrull gets 2 turns off the bat because of all the buffs. So I use the basic on Lizard. I'm going to use the special on Doc Ock, that way I'm able to do the rewind on Green Goblin Classic and Lizard with him. After seeing Kraven use his special right here, I believe the correct play would have been to use the special from Super Skrull on Green Goblin Classic, so that way he rewinds Kraven as well, so he doesn't get the ability block on Dr. Doom. So that's something else to keep in mind for the future if you were to work with this type of a counter. Super Skrull was able to use his ultimate. I have a lot of debuffs over there, and they do amplify because this is stage 3. So this basically keeps the trauma on them, the heal block, they're not able to heal up. I know I kind of messed this up, so I'm just going to try and kill who I can and come in with a cleanup team now. For right here, I'm going to use Super Skrull's basic on Lizard. That's going to chain across and actually hit an exposed character. That way it can get some extra damage on them as well. By having Dr. Doom hit Doc Ock, he was exposed, so I was able to kill him with that exposed damage, so that was pretty big. For Super Skrull, I'm going to target Kraven and use the special. That's going to do the rewind to Vulture, Kraven, and Green Goblin Classic. The Vulture is almost dead, Kraven is looking pretty low. I'm just going to start hitting that exposed and hopefully kill a few more characters. So because Shocker is using his ultimate right here, I'm not going to get another turn. However, I am letting Kraven use his ultimate, Green Goblin Classic use a special, and Vulture use his ultimate here. That way a lot more abilities are burned for the cleanup. For the cleanup, I'm going to use the Eternals, Nova, Omega Red, and Lizard. So the enemy Vulture is going to start by putting slow on my Eternals. I'm going to use Lizard's ultimate right here. However, Green Goblin Classic is going to use his special and flip all those buffs, unfortunately. For Nova's turn, I'm going to use his special and actually get this done on Green Goblin Classic. For Omega Red, I'm going to target Kraven. Because Green Goblin Classic is stunned, I want to try to start killing their enemy so I can get the number advantage on them. For Omega Red's turn, I'm going to target Lizard. He does have a vulnerable on him. The ultimate's able to do that rewind and kill 2 of the characters, so now it's a pretty easy cleanup on Lizard and Green Goblin Classic for the win. For stage 4, I'm going to use the Secret Defenders with Apocalypse. I wanted something that was pretty quick and efficient, and my Secret Defenders are on offense, so I want to give this a shot. I'm going to start with Ms. Marvel Hardlight's special because I can't use her ultimate. Black Cat, I am going to use her special right here. Even though nothing's really going to land on the Black Knight, I was hoping to get some bleeds on Captain America or even Thor Infinity War so I can start speeding up my Robbie. Right there, Robbie's able to target Captain America with his special and really get some bleeds out there. So he's starting to get ramped up a little bit. The positioning by the enemy team is actually in my advantage right here. I target Captain America and use Apocalypse's special. That's able to kill the Thor Infinity War, and I was able to get a double tap on Captain America while still hitting the Black Knight. The Captain America already has vulnerable on him. I use the basic, I get the double tap on him and kill him. Apocalypse is now able to use his ultimate and kill Black Knight, so now it's a very easy cleanup for me. For this tech team, I'm just going to go in here with Masters of Evil. This should be a very quick match for me. So right away, I'm going to use Titania's ultimate on Dr. Doom. I want to get the ability block on him. For Kang, I'm going to target Kestrel and use the special. That's going to kill Dr. Doom. I get a double hit on Kestrel and almost kill her, and Shuri is already low on health. I'm going to use the turn rewind on Shuri, and that's actually going to kill her right here. Moonstone's going to use the special on Rescue, and she is now stunned. So I have a lot of control, and it's a very easy match as you see. The tech team right here just had no chance against Masters of Evil. For stage 6, this is a pretty standard fight. I'm just going to go in with the New Warriors versus Gamma and Dorn. For the start of this fight, I'm going to target Dorn with Gwenpool's special. That's going to flip his buffs and get a vulnerable on him. Firestar, I'm going to use the ultimate on Dorn as well. You want to stay away from the Red Hulk. You don't want him to get any more charges than he needs to. Deathpool's just going to spread those debuffs from Dorm over to Brawn and Abomination. I'm going to switch targets to Abomination and use Cloak's ultimate. That kills Dorm, and Deathpool pings onto Abomination to kill him, so that is one of his lights gone. I'm going to use Dagger's basic on Abomination as well. I'm hoping with all those bleeds on Abomination now that he will bleed out. I do feel that Gwenpool's ultimate is underrated. That thing does a lot of damage if you have her built high, so that did end up finishing Brawn and Abomination off. So now it's very easy cleanup on Hulk and Red Hulk. I'm just going to use Deathpool's ultimate to kill the Red Hulk, and now it's just 5v1. So I did end up winning this matchup. So my opponent got a 48-146, I got 49-350. So I did finish at a 1-2. For stage 1, I had the 1 dropped fight, and then I did the cleanup. I finished with a 20 and a 7 on there. For stage 2, I got a 13 and a 15. For stage 3, even though I had that mess up, then I came in with that cleanup, I still finished with a 16 and a 13 on this one. For stage 4, that got me a 16 and a 19. Stage 5 got me a 20 and a 23. This one was very efficient. And stage 6 got me a 20 and a 18. Let's see what my opponent did. So for stage 1, they actually dropped 2 attacks. They initially went in with Secret Defenders with Quicksilver, then went in with a Death Seed, and then they followed that up with the Undying New Avengers combination. This only got them 11 and a 4. I was kind of interested on why they struggled so much. For stage 2, I actually had my 4 Horsemen with Quicksilver in here. They used Apocalypse with Masters of Evil. That got them a 20 and a 22. For stage 3, it looks like they backed out on my Infinity Watch, then went back in. This got them a 12 and a 10. Stage 4, it looks like they did struggle with this. They initially went in with a Super Skrull with Hive Mind, backed out, then went in with some Eternals, Mysterio, Big Time, and Rogue, and backed out. Then went back in with Super Skrull, Eternals, and some Hive Mind, and ended up finishing with a 17 and a 19. Stage 5, I had my War Dogs in here, and this got them an 18 and a 21. And for stage 6, their New Wares got them a 19 and a 23. Overall, my experience this week was not the best, considering I was under the weather for the majority of it. I did make some adjustments, and I did pull away with a win at the end. Hopefully next week I can get a 2-1 or 3-0 victory. That would really help to get me back on track. I did make adjustments to my defense and offense, so hopefully that will help me out in the future. Remember to like and subscribe to this channel. Have a wonderful rest of the day.